Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law, and through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and also an update on our $1 million challenge, so please stay tuned. Quick recap of the previous video. We looked at ticker symbol SONO, so please refer back to the previous video for stock analysis of that. The business was called Sonos, ticker symbol SONO. So before we get started with today's stock analysis, quick recap of our $1 million challenge. So on the screen here you can see our $1 million challenge is a challenge over 3 years, looking at a journey from $1,000 to $1 million by August 2024. So it's based on 201 trades. Each trade is looking at an average return of 3.5%. So it's not 201 consecutive returns. We do take into account losses. So 201 average trades to move up is based on compound return investing. Details in the description below. So have a look at the detailed video explaining how the strategy is going to work for this challenge. In our Discord community we have a spreadsheet of specially chosen stocks with target prices, color coordination for red, green and blue in terms of when stocks are close to a target price. In terms of the Discord community, if you want to join this, we have currently have over 200 people working together as a team to share due diligence, chart information, trading tips, sharing buys and working together in the challenge. So if anybody's interested in more details, click in the description below. Today's stock analysis is going to be a stock update for ticker symbol MMAT and also for ticker symbol LKCO. So we're going to start with ticker symbol MMAT. So let's start by having a look at today's chart. So on the screen here you'll be able to see at time of editing just past 2 p.m. you'll be able to see that the price was trending down, but there was a small recovery, and at time of editing you can see just close to 2 p.m. US time the stock went up a little bit, and at time of editing it was $2.93. so there was some small good news, but what I would like to emphasize is that the stock has been trending down quite significantly. Over the 5 days it's down in excess of 18%, and over the month it's down in excess of 17%. So investors are angry, investors are down, investors are losing patience. So we need to see some positive news. So why is the stock down? In my opinion, the main reason is lack of PR. As investors, we need some positive PR. We need some good news. We need a breakthrough, and we need something to give some encouragement to the investors. Many of them are holding strong, many of them are holding long, and also they're looking for some breakthrough in PR. And as of yet, we are still waiting. So let's first of all have a look at the news that just came through at time of editing. So the headline here we can see is Independent Auditors Report. So this is a report that's just been released at time of editing. This is a report from KPMG. So in terms of the report, the good news is the report has been audited. In terms of looking at the consolidated financial statements, these were looked at in the previous video, and if you remember, one of the positive things about the Meta earnings was there was more revenue than certainly we expected. So if we look at the final part of this report, this is the good news. So and this represents the opinion of KPMG. So if we look at the screen here, it says, in our opinion, the consolidated financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the company as at December 31st, 2020 and 2019. So the results of its operations and the cash flow for the years then ended in accordance with the US generally accepted accounting principles. So this is confirmation that accounting was accurate, accounting has been accepted, and the reports before may have been unaudited, but they are now officially audited. So they have been accepted as accurate and truthful. Before continuing with the analysis, what I'd now like to do is just share a light-hearted meme. So on this is a meme on the screen here. You can see that this is probably how many investors are feeling right now. So on the screen you'll see MMAT retail investors are getting a real beating from the hedge funds. The SEC are just basically watching, taking pictures. However, I think what I would like to add from the SEC point of view is I think some of the images they are catching are certainly not truthful. So that's probably something that we could change in the picture. And then we have George in the background posting cryptic messages, which sometimes have a positive effect, sometimes don't. But what he's not doing is stepping in with something more concrete to help the retail investors. So we are still with George. We still have belief in the company. We still have a belief in Meta. But what we want is a more proactive response from the management, including George. Finally, I'd like to share with you some details of the inside ownership for Meta Materials, and we can see here in terms of George as the CEO, as the director, and as a 10% owner, he currently has in excess of 22 million shares. Robert David Newton, another director, has in excess approximately 200,000 shares. We have Ramanathan Ramakumar with 298,000 shares, Eunice Laurence Shockey, 128,000 shares, Wayne Turner, 75,000 shares, and the Chief Financial Officer, Roger Wirtle, approximately 375,000 shares. So the directors and the CEO and the management are certainly retaining their holding and their investments in the company, which is to be expected. What we now need is a little bit more proactivity and a bit more PR news to help the retail investors. What I'd now like to do is provide a stock update for ticker symbol LKCO Luokung Technology. This is a stock that has been featured a few times on the channel. It's also a stock that I'm investing in currently. However, I think as investors we will all know that the stock has been going down. We're going to look at reasons why it has been going down. If we could have a look on the screen right now, time of editing it was $1.30. Today, however, it was just trading level, not significantly up, not significantly down at time of editing, but we can see the 1 month trend is approximately 13% down, and then over the previous 5 days it was around about 8% down. So what's the reason why this stock, which has got huge potential, especially for the long term, why has it been going down? So the first thing I'd like to share with you is a headline here dated the 17th of August 2021, which is today. This is from Seeking Alpha, and this is one of the reasons why many of the China-based stocks, including LKCO, as well as other stocks such as NEO as well, have been taking a little bit of a battering, and this is one reason that is contributing to that partly. And the headline we can see here, Shanghai closes down 2% as China continues regulatory tech assault, SEC warns of investment risks. So the general feeling is not good. The news coming through in general for Chinese markets and Chinese stocks is causing a little bit of instability. The potential certainly for LKCO is still there. So let's have a look at some now positive news to counterbalance this. So this is a headline also from the 17th of August 2021, more positive headline, and this is from the Financial Times. Headline here is BlackRock calls for investors to lift allocations to China's market. So this is good news. So we're going to have a look at the second part of this article to see reasons why this should be treated as a bullish indicator. So on the second page here, we can see third paragraph down. I'm just going to summarize that for you. Third and fourth paragraph. China is underrepresented in global investors' portfolios, but in our view, in global benchmarks, it has the second largest equity market, second largest bond market, and it should be represented more in portfolios. So this is a bullish call. It comes from during a tumultuous period in Chinese markets. We have seen many stocks trend down. So now what we're seeing here is something positive. I'm hoping and expecting some recovery in the stocks after this news. Certainly if it takes into effect and we do get some action, then hopefully we can see a little bit of stability. So let's go back to some news for our particular stock, LKCO Luokung Technology, and the most recent news I can see in terms of positive news here is an article from PR Newswire, and the headline here is IDC names Luokung MMAT Go, a top player in China's HD maps market in 2020, China market share report. So good news story here. So let's now have a look at the details. So I'd just like to highlight some key aspects of this article now. So in the first paragraph we can see from a China point of view, Luokung Technology and the MMAT Go Technology has been recognized as the third largest player in China's HD maps market. Second paragraph down, China's HD maps market has developed rapidly, especially in 2020, with a market growth rate of around about 70%. So China's HD map solutions market is primarily dominated by 3 domestic map makers. So we've got Beidou, we've got Navinfo, EMG capturing 28%, 21% and 16% of the market share. Third paragraph down, EMG is one of the top providers of HD maps, ranking 4th in IDC's China 2019 market. But let's have a look at the final paragraph now. Mr. Song, Chairman and CEO, has stated, "We are pleased to improve our ranking in this year's China market share report as a result of our growth brought on by new customer wins over the course of 2020. So it's an honor to be listed as one of the top players in China's HD maps industry, among the other long-standing reputable companies. We believe this recognition will add to the positive momentum we have gained in expanding our client base and partnerships so far in 2021. We look forward to continuing our active leadership in HD maps industry in the years to come." So this is great news. So again, long-term potential is really, really good for Luokung Technology. A final thing I'd like to just remind investors of in terms of LKCO is this month we are expecting some earnings report from LKCO. There is some conflicting information in terms of when this is. So what I can confirm that we will get this before the end of August 31st. It could be on that particular day, but we're not sure. There is conflicting information there, but certainly something to be aware of. I'm expecting the earnings to be good. I'm expecting positive and improved results. Hopefully that will also be a good catalyst for the stock going forward, and we certainly need some recovery more closer to the $2 mark. So certainly be aware of the earnings report that is shortly going to be made available for Luokung Technology. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.